Welcome back to the show. I'm your host, Carl Schultz, and today we are going to be talking about Teespring Mugs. So let's get started. I am recently getting into print on demand. I've always known about it. Print on demand has been around for a pretty long time, I'd say like 10 or 15 years. The first website was Cafe Press, and Cafe Press was a really cool website interface that would allow you to upload your designs, and then you could sell them and make a profit, get a commission, and you wouldn't carry any inventory, and the company would ship them out. So the reason I was attracted to Cafe Press early on is because it was a work from home type of thing. Well, in my case, work from Starbucks type of thing, because I was always studying in college at Starbucks and looking for different ways. That's when I got into creating websites and whatnot. So Cafe Press was one of the original, leaders in the space. And so fast forward a little bit, I got into print on demand about a year ago heavily. So I've always known about it. I've always had like skills and stuff. But now I understand that you need to make money from home or from yourself. So I got really excited about it. And I was able to create a database with all the links pointing to these products, and I was able to categorize them and get a pretty good grip on the amount of inventory. Real quick, print on demand is much different than physical reselling, such as my other business venture that I sell on Poshmark, where I have to physically list the item, box it up, ship it out, print labels, handle customer service and or returns. And so it's going to be a big shift for me because I'm used to shipping stuff out, and I'm excited. I think that it's going to be a lot of revenue coming in, and I just now see the benefit of doing the work one time and letting it sell over and over again. And according to the IRS, this is sales. This is not cost of goods. So, it goes on the revenue line item, but it's very straightforward. And so it's a great way to scale your income. And scaling, from my understanding, is you do the work one time, as we said earlier, and it sells infinitely. So I've always made music, which is very similar business model where you do the work one time and it sells continuously. And I'm starting to see that pay off. But print on demand has slightly higher profit margins, and so I've gotten into it. I sell on other places. I sell on Zazzle, Teespring, Spreadshop, to name a few, and Cafe Press. There's TeePublic, there's a bunch more, but from my understanding, you want to start focusing on one thing at a time, right? Build up the catalog and see where that goes. But for the foreseeable future, I'll probably be selling on multiple platforms, including Teespring. And so here we are talking about Teespring Mugs. My journey has been a long one, my friends. I have built this website, Carl W. Schultz, from the ground up. Got everything in place. All my databases are set. I'm ready for whatever. So if like the site, I don't want to jinx anything, but I'm ready for the site to flourish, and I'm thinking good positive thoughts, and I'm going to adapt. And so I wrote an article, and the article is about Teespring Mugs, and I was seeing that people were searching for Teespring Mugs, so I created the article with the help of SearchGraph, SearchGraph.io. It's similar to ChatGPT, but it creates articles. After the article was written, I went in and polished it, and then I added some of my designs from the Zazzle store onto the site. So when you go to the page, you'll see some items that you can purchase. Specifically, as you can guess, Teespring Mugs. So you'll see Zazzle mugs, you'll see different designs, but you'll also see Teespring Mugs. So I'm happy. The customer's going to be happy because they're getting a reliable shipping carrier. They're this is what people do for a living. The people at Teespring, I don't know too much about the company, but I imagine there's a team of people that are shipping this stuff out. So I'm honestly very excited for the opportunity. I have multiple things going on at one time. However, what we're going to talk about is maybe some of the product offerings that Teespring has, what it takes to design a Teespring mug, what tools are available, and the profit margins you can expect, and some of the legalities and trademarks. There's a lot of things that go into it, and I will first start by saying that you want to back everything up. So what I always ask myself, what is the asset here? Is it an MP3 file? Is it a video? Is it text? In this case, it's a design. So it could be a .png, JPG. There's different kinds of file formats. Well, you can use whatever you want, but that's the idea. That's the asset. So I use something called Canva, and Canva has been always on my radar, but it wasn't until I started getting serious about print on demand that I needed to do something about it. I needed to get serious and that sort of thing. And so I host my images on Canva. I back it up with pCloud, and I use the URL to add to my database, and I'm then able to keep track of these designs. These are assets. These are the most important things. So if a site bans you for any reason, I'd like to think positively here, but if the site bans us, we can easily back up our image and start again anew. We can migrate over to Printful or anything, or Printify, Shopify. We could do anything. We can pivot, and that's what we want to do. So yeah, that's that. So we make the design. The design, I use Leonardo.ai, and that is an image generator where I input a bunch of tags and it outputs an image that's completely unique. That's obviously debatable, but from my understanding and my experience, I believe that it is unique in its own way and that it cannot be replicated as far as we can see. So that is an asset. And after that, I back the image up, I get everything ready to be listed, and everything is a process. Everything is a process. So you have order of operations, and the order that we're at in this phase of the database is getting this thing listed. We have all of the descriptions of the image that we need in order to create a proper listing. So the category, these can be ranged from anything from mugs to wall art, and so there's different price points and different commissions. One of the things I've learned is to lower the price of things so that they sell quicker. I learned that from my physical retail business, where I ship stuff out on Poshmark and other platforms, and so I am able to understand what the customer or consumer wants. They want a low price, and I'm here to give it to them. And I'm keeping track of how fast things sell with my physical resale business as well as this print on demand, because this type of real estate is much different. You can upload with print on demand so many more listings and so much more velocity, and the sales could just come in and in and in. It could be absolutely infinite, you know what I mean? So Teespring is one of those platforms that is what I like to call, what's the best word I could use for here? They are a little bit more strict on things. And the reason I say that is because they're very big on trademarks and slogans. You won't have a problem if you use AI art, but if you start using slogans like people's quotes, brand name things, you're going to get into a situation where they're going to take down your listing. I've had it happen already once, but it was something, I think it was silly. I guess I learned that you don't want to say the words limited edition. Apparently that they don't like that. You can't do that, even though with the wave of NFTs and stuff like that and things being minted differently, it was a sure bet that would have been limited because there's only one. But you can't do that with Teespring. So here we are, we're adapting, we're moving along, and now I'm able to do things the right way. Even with my podcast, I was taken down because you can't have music. So I'm able to adapt and whatnot. Anyway, Teespring has the way you upload is you get the design, you get into something of a generator where on the Teespring site you're able to go in, and this is common for most platforms, but you're able to get that image uploaded, and then you can start putting it on multiple designs, not just mugs. And I Did a lot of theme related stuff, holiday related stuff, specifically Christmas. Christmas is a big one. Halloween, New Year's, birthdays, stuff like that. So I keep track of the seasonality. I love seasonality things because those are big paydays. And so what I try to do is I try to concentrate on specific designs or specific themes or specific products. For a short period of time, I'll just focus on mugs only related to Christmas. I then look at the search volume and I try to see if these are getting decent search volume. And the way, from my understanding, is that if something has, what would be a good search term? So if you had something that said like animal mugs, that's pretty specific, or animal Christmas mugs. That means somebody's looking to buy an animal Christmas mug. They're searching for that. And people take this, I'm sure, really far, but when you are looking to start a business, you want to not only see the search volume of things, but you really need to get a marketing grip on things. You want to know what the customer is essentially searching for to like the fullest extent. You want to put yourself in their shoes. And that's how marketing works. That's what I learned in college. That's why I picked the degree, because I knew that a lot of things would be outsourced, but marketing is one of those things where you really got to be creative. And as you can see now in this day and age, we're really seeing the benefits of people who are creative. You know, you got YouTube creators, you got like we were talking about earlier, NFT creators. There's so many, design creators for t-shirts, creative musicians. Like, this is a new economy where the winner will, in this type of environment, will be the ones who are most creative, and I mean really creative, and that's powerful. And I am here again. I never thought I'd get into design or graphic design or anything like that, but now I'm here on Canva designing things. Mugs are great because a lot of people search for them. T-shirts are great because a lot of people search for them. But it's infinite. It's absolutely mind-blowing. I don't see competition. That's why I'm sharing. I'm not afraid because I'm learning stuff at such a fast rate. And I'm seeing the landscape just evolving. Just think about how many more print-on-demand products they're going to create. It could be massive. Like, they're printing things on tablecloths, pillows. Like, the product, what would you call that? Product line is just expanding. The number of products that you can do these designs on is incredible, not to mention slogans. So there is no competition. It's infinite. The demand is really high. And supply right now, as far as the number of people getting into the space, I don't think we could ever tap it out. And that's just how I look at it, although some people may disagree. I don't see any competition, never. And so I'm fully aware that people will come to my site, they'll look at me, they might be envious, or they might just be browsing around. But I see it as a learning thing. Like, I go to other people's websites too, and I like Adam and Froy, I'm always trying to look at his and see what he's doing. But a lot of times we get in our own way. And so Teespring mugs are it's a great backup plan. The reason why I sell on Teespring is because there's no competition. So if you send them to this Teespring store, they're not shopping on other people's websites or other people's products. They're basically shopping on my store. Same thing with Spreadshop. They're shopping only on my store. The platform isn't recommending other products. I had a situation where I had somebody go to my website on Poshmark. They thought that they went to my store link, they looked at the products, they kept scrolling, and all of a sudden Poshmark recommended them another product that wasn't even mine. So the link took them all over the marketplace of other people's stuff as well. So I'm learning how to control that environment so that people are only looking, their eyes are only looking at what you have. That's why I always advocate people for starting a website, because you have control over that. Same thing with Shopify. That's one of the good things about Shopify, although I don't really sell on there anymore, is you have control. People are coming to your site. But Shopify, the same thing, just like Teespring, they could take you down at a moment's notice for any sort of like violation, which could be, I think I actually got taken down one time because they couldn't verify the purchases that I had made to sell. and I was kind of blown away because it's like eBay. They want proof. Like as soon as you start selling either brand name things or laptops or new, they're going to take you down. So there's a lot of red tape around that, a lot of bureaucracy, and I stay away from those. I feel like that's more of a social platform than anything to me. And so that's why I said always back up your stuff, but you could also limit or reduce the risk just by paying attention to what platform that you're selling on. And I mean, you could build your own website, and that's probably the best bet. You have way less regulation on that, and but there will always be platforms that are less strenuous. Like Ecwid is a great e-commerce platform that you could easily sell on, and I think it's like $20 or $40 a month. But you get on Ecwid, for example, and you are able to ship stuff out on your own, and it's like they're integrated with so many platforms. So like everybody has their own rules and stuff, but some are more strict than others, and Teespring is probably going to be one of those. I don't know, I'd have to look more into it, but that's my observance thus far. When you go to my website, carlwschultz.com/Teespring Mugs, you will see a really cool looking website. And you'll see how I took the time to put Christmas mugs funny on there. I was able to do a Christmas mug that's funny, is likely to have a design that incorporates humor. The cup might feature a cartoonish image or a witty phrase that's sure to bring a smile to the user's face. So I got a Santa Claus that's buff lifting weights, and that thing is funny. It brings a sense of humor to the holiday season. It's a perfect gift for someone who loves to laugh. And then I have a button that says order now, and they'll be taken straight to either Teespring or Zazzle. And so you can see how I hyper-focused the website on just mugs. I took the time. It's not easy. It's not money overnight. But when you take the time to build things, people can tell, right? It's all about marketing. Another Teespring mug that I made is related to anime, so a coffee mug anime. And for those who don't know, anime is a diverse medium that covers a wide range of genres and themes. Some of them include like fantasy, fantasy related to anime often features fantastical elements such as magic, mythical creatures, and alternate dimensions. You can do sports-related things, and those could be like characters who participate in them. These anime often showcase intense competition and character growth. You could do romance, anime mugs, slice of life. Anime focuses on everyday experiences and activities, often with comedic or lighthearted tone. Not really sure what that one is, but that's like I have an anime mug that I made with the AI, and it's just super cool. That's what I'm saying. Like there is no competition. Not at this. You have so much more control. It's just mind blowing, like what you can do. And I have a hard work pays off, success and persistence mug. It's like an image of a guy on his computer working hard. I got a Galactic Odyssey, the journey of Akiri coffee mug. And this lady is in space. She's an anime featured thing, and like floating in space. I got another one with a lady with headsets on, like an artificial or an intelligence type of thing within space. It's called Galactic Dreams, a bright sky journey coffee mug. And then I use ChatGPT to come up with cool little descriptions, like introducing our latest print that will take you on a journey through the galaxy. This print is perfect for any girl who loves all things futuristic and dreams of traveling through the stars. With its bright sky design and twinkling stars, it will make you feel like you're floating through space. That's kind of cool, huh? And then there's like another one's cartoon beer mugs. Those are really popular. A lot of people search for that. And so cartoon beer mug is a type of beer mug that features a cartoonish design or illustration. It's a fun twist on a traditional beer mug, and it's often used to add lighthearted touch to drinking beer. So I thought that was pretty cool. I'm still kind of working on that. I'm not sure exactly what people are looking for, but it seems like it needs to be cartoon related. But why on a mug? I don't know. I guess a mug is a mug. But I have the buy now button. So Teespring is pretty cool. There's just so many things you can do. yeah, I think my passion is my website, where I take these things. So like I'm making them on Teespring, but I'm not really driving a whole lot. I'm not really focusing on Teespring's website as much as I am bringing that over to my own website and really coming up with great designs showcasing the products. So to me, that's how you want to do it. It takes extra work. I think a lot of people, maybe the mistake that they make is they're just focusing on that platform instead of bringing things over into their own environment, such as having a website and really designing it. Especially with cadence blocks, you're able to go in on WordPress using cadence blocks and like really come up with some cool blocks like that look really attractive. And yeah, I mean, you just have so much more control, and you can write longer descriptions. And so I encourage people, like I'll put links in the show notes of like, you know, I'll bring them to the article first, but then from there they can branch off. So it's super cool. I think that's all I wanted to say. Teespring, you know, hats off to you. I think they're still doing a great job. I think mugs are something that I'm personally focusing on at the time of this recording, but I plan to branch out into other things for sure. So that concludes this episode. Appreciate your time. I will see you on the next one.